it's Ina the Mood Reader, and it's time for another Books by Chapters and Pages book haul. So as you have probably seen in the thumbnail, I have quite a big box here from Chapters and Pages, and it's the summary of months of orders from them. If you aren't familiar yet, Books by Chapters and Pages is a Facebook online store for thrifted books for bookworms here in the Philippines, and they are very kind to allow piling so that you can save up on shipping. So usually what I do is wait until I have 10 to 20 books before I have them shipped. But I actually have been ordering for quite a few weeks already, and I forgot, and I didn't know that it actually got to this big already. And the great thing about it is because I'm quite near to them, this whole box just cost me 100 pesos to have it shipped through Lalamove. And aside from this one, I also have actually another pouch here that has quite a few books as well. So there. First, I actually don't remember anymore the book that I was able to purchase, so this would be a surprise for you and me both. It's somewhat a gift from past Ina as well, and I have to admit, honestly, I think I'll be selling some of these books instead of keeping them because I don't have shelf space anymore. And sometimes I'm just very trigger happy with purchasing books. So yeah, I might not be able to keep all of these books, but anyway, that's for another time. But for today, I'll share with you the books that I was able to get, and I'll try to put the prices somewhere here on the screen as well if I am able to scroll back and check the prices. Okay, let's start first with the books here on the pouch. I think this would most probably be my most recent order from Books by Chapters and Pages. Actually, I've been noticing that it's now getting harder and harder to order books from them, to get good titles from them, because it's first person to comment mine on their post, and usually there are about 50 people, 30 to 50 people all fighting for a chance to get a book, so it's harder now more than ever. But anyway, here's the first one. Ooh, okay, so this is a hardcover copy of The Breakdown by B.A. Paris. I actually wanted to get Behind Closed Doors. But anyway, any B.A. Paris book I'll be glad to read because I've been seeing their books in filler recommendations. So I don't really know anything about this book. I just saw the author's name and I just decided to grab it. I think I was able to get this for 180 pesos, but I'm not sure. But yeah, all in all, it's a really good copy. It's brand new, and Books by Chapters and Pages also give you the books covered in OPP, I guess, OPP plastic. So here's the first one. The next book I have here is Far From You by Tess Sharp. It says here that it's a young adult book, so it's also in Circus Best Teen Books of 2014 list. I again don't remember why I posted that I wanted a copy of this book, but let's go ahead and try to see what this is about. I think this is a contemporary realistic fiction book with hard-hitting topics. It says here that Sophie Winters nearly died twice. The first time she's 14 and escapes a nearly fatal car accident with scars, a bum leg, and addiction to oxy that will take years to kick. On the second time, she's 17 and it's no accident. Sophie and her best friend Nina are confronted by a masked man in the woods. So it's both in dealing with drug addiction, and it also has thrilling elements as well because there is a murder involved in the story. So there. Okay, so let's start first with the books here on the pouch. I think this would most probably be my most recent order from Books by Chapters and Pages. Actually, I've been noticing that it's it's now getting harder and harder to order books from them, to get good titles from them, because it's first person to comment mine on their post, and usually there are about 50 people, 30 to 50 people, all fighting for a chance to get a book, so it's harder now more than ever. But anyway, here's the first one. Ooh, okay, so this is a hardcover copy of The Breakdown by B.A. Paris. I actually wanted to get Behind Closed Doors, but anyway, any B.A. Paris book I'll be glad to read, because I've been seeing their books in filler recommendations, so I don't really know anything about this book. I just saw the author's name and I just decided to grab it. I think I was able to get this for 180 pesos, but I'm not sure. But yeah, all in all, it's a really good copy. It's brand new, and Books by Chapters and Pages also give you the books covered in OPP, I guess, OPP plastic. So here's the first one. The next book I have here is Far From You by Tess Sharp. It says here that it's a young adult book, so it's also in Circus Best Teen Books of 2014 list. I again don't remember why I posted that I wanted a copy of this book, but let's go ahead and try to see what this is about. So I think this is a contemporary realistic fiction book with hard-hitting topics. It says here that Sophie Winters nearly died twice. The first time she's 14 and escapes a nearly fatal car accident with scars, a bum leg, and addiction to oxy that will take years to kick. On the second time, she's 17 and it's no accident. Sophie and her best friend Nina are confronted by a masked man in the woods. So it's both in dealing with drug addiction, and it also has thrilling elements as well, because there is a murder involved in the story. So there. Next we have Love and Gelato. This one is a little bent, as you can see here. It's a little damaged already, but I've been seeing the series well loved by young adult romance readers, so I wanted to try it out, and what best way to try it out than getting a thrifted copy. So there, it's fairly almost brand new. The only problem again is that it's bent. Hopefully stacking it with other books would help me get rid of that bent shape. So there, it's, I think, a love story that would be set in Italy, because there's gelato elements here. And yeah, I think this book needs no more introduction, because quite a lot of people are already familiar with this. There are other books as well, Love and Luck and Love and Olives. I'm not sure if there's a fourth one, but I think for some reason I think there is. So the last book for this pouch, and it's a Korean Slaughter book. Right now I have, I think, 5 or 6 Korean Slaughter books. I actually don't remember if I already have a copy of this one, but it's a hardcover, looks really good, and it's For the Last Widow. And unfortunately the back is just full of blurbs, so I won't get to be able to get a peek on what the book is about. But it says here that almost all of this are just blurbs for the author and not for the book, so I don't really know what this one is about. But it has deckled edges, as you can see, and I think I got it as well for 180 or 159, something like that. So there. Now let's take a peek on the box. So the first book that I was able to get is The Princess and the Fangirl. As you can see, also quite very new. This is a companion novel to Geekerella, so that's amazing. I actually thought that they belong to a series, but now knowing that I can read it as a standalone, then that's great. But oops, oh no. So okay, this is actually an arc. So yeah, it's really sad when, you know, you get to buy arcs because technically they shouldn't be for sale. But anyway, it's here already, and I can see here, it says here that this is an advanced reading copy, not intended for resale. So there, it's a Princess and the Fangirl. Next, we have here a copy of Crazy Rich Asians from Kevin Kwan, and I haven't read the Crazy Rich Asians trilogy yet. I've watched the movie. I loved it. I know many people say that the movie is better than the book because there are too many side characters here in the book, but I still want to try it out, and I keep seeing movie tie-in editions, and I kind of hate movie tie-in editions. So when I saw this in Chapters and Pages, though it's priced for $199, a little more expensive than what I would usually get for a paperback that's thrifted, I still decided to buy it anyway. And if I really don't develop like an attachment to the series, just as what I've seen from other reviewers, then I guess I have to pass this on to someone else and not push on with the other two books. Okay, so next we have here The Finishing School by Joanna Goodman. This one, as a title, I haven't read before. I haven't encountered the author before, but I felt a little interested because a part of me wants to read about boarding schools and things like that. Unfortunately, there is a flaw on the cover here, but that's okay. I'm not really that sensitive with books with damages, but yeah. It says here that it's a compelling tale of horrific teenage secrets inside the walls of an elite school in Switzerland, unearthed with verve and sly irony. So, okay, so this is a mystery, which is a surprise, and I hope that I would like. So there. I just mentioned that I hate movie tie-in covers, but I bought Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, and this one has the photos of the cast on the Netflix series. I watched it a few months ago with my mom and my dad because my dad loves Katherine Heigl. I don't, but I'm interested because I've read one Kristen Hanna when I was a teenager. I can't remember what it is and what it is about, but I know she is like a bestseller, a very hyped author nowadays. So yeah, I'm wondering how the story was told in the book and how it would pan out compared to the series. And this one is probably something that I would pass along right away after reading, because again, I don't like keeping movie tie-ins, but I just want to read what the story is about. So there. Next. Okay, so here I have Little Fires Everywhere. I already have a copy of this book, so I don't know why I bought it. I think I'll be giving this away. So yeah, it's a large print copy. So I might keep this instead of the other one. I don't know yet. I might give this to my mom because she's been having trouble reading smaller text, so she might like to get this. I don't know yet what to do with this one. Next, we have Crossed by Ali Condi. I bought this because I have Matched and Reached but not Crossed. So now my series is complete. Admittedly, they have different sizes of covers, but that's okay. At least they're complete now, and I'll be able to read and revisit a series favorite that I had when I was still a teen. So there. Next, we have Unpregnant. This is a hardcover copy. I bought this because I know that there's a movie. I don't know if it's on HBO Go or on Netflix, but I've seen it, and before I see the movie, maybe after that, I would want to read this. And yeah, I just love having young adult hardcovers. I don't know why, but yeah, so I decided to buy this. It's by Jenny Hendricks and Ted Kaplan. It says that it's a remarkable debut about the long and winding road of adolescence, hilarious journeys, and heartbreaking choices. Understanding what's important and sometimes, more importantly, what's not. It's all here. So, there, very interesting. Next, we have Rhymes with Witches by Lauren Miracle. It's a really tiny paperback, and it says here, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. So it says here, teens will recognize the raw, realistic portrayal of brutal high school bullying, as well as Jane's well-characterized yearning to be accepted. Horror fans will shiver as their internal creep meters shoot into overload. So it says here, it's a creepy, can't put it down thriller, and I'm sold. I hope I would get to enjoy this because like my favorite type of a young adult book is a young adult thriller. So there. Next, we have The Daily Question, my 5-year spiritual journal. So it's a 5-year journal. I already have Q&A. I actually didn't buy this for myself, but I'll be gifting it to a friend. Hopefully that friend is not watching this video, but she's not a bookworm anyway, so I'm sure she won't. I just want to gift this to her. Yeah, I don't know. Next is Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. I know this is a historical fiction book, and this is a story of a family lost and found, a poignant, engrossing tale about sibling love and the toll of secrets. So there, I have been seeing this, I think 2020 or 2019, whenever this was published, all over my Goodreads feed. I'm not one to read a lot of historical fiction because I'm not really educated about them, but yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm excited to read it as well. So there. Next, I have here 2 books by Tracy Carvis Graves. They were wrapped together, so I can show you the cover of the other one. But the first one is The Girl He Used to Know, and the other one is Cavett. So there. I think I also bought On the Island from Book Outlet, coming soon. So I'll have 3 books by Tracy Carvis Graves. I don't know anything about the books. I just want to read it. And again, I unfortunately got another advanced reader copy here. So I'm afraid I won't be able to sell this to anyone. And maybe I'll just keep it because I love having ARCs here on my shelf. So there. Those are the 2 books. Next, we have here White Ivy by Susie Yang. I wanted to get a Book of the Month copy of this book, but since it's here on my shelf, why not have this instead? I actually have now a growing collection of hardcovers that were Book of the Month picks, but I was able to buy from thrift bookstores like Chapters and Pages and Biblio. So here it is longlisted for the Center for Fiction's first novel prize. I think, okay, so it touched, White Ivy touches class, race, family identity while moving us through a plot that twists in such wonderful ways. So yeah, it says here that Ivy is an unforgettable narrator. She is hypnotic the way her voice feels both wild and controlled. It's magic and a necessary corrective to the stereotypes and the pieties that too easily characterize the immigrant experience. So there, and the copy that I got is Read with Jenna book club copy. Okay, and lastly is and the next is Lady in the Lake by Laura Lipman. I was planning to check this out on Book Outlet. I actually don't know if I actually did because I have a lot of Book Outlet orders coming in. So when I saw it in Chapters and Pages, I had to say mine right away. So yeah, I don't know why. I think this is a thriller again, and you know, I'm slowly turning my bookshelf into a full-on thriller bookshelf, just romance and thrillers all the way, and I'm not surprised about it. They're all I want to read at this point in my life. So there. We have here a book that I don't know anything about, because all we have is a blurb here at the back about how good the author is. So yeah, I have high hopes about this one. Hopefully it's going to be good. So there. Okay, for the next book we have The Circle by Dave Eggers. I've seen this book somewhere, and that made me decide to include it to this haul. It says here that it's chilling and elegantly told, compulsively readable parable. Okay, there's a tear on the cover, by the way. But yeah, I think this is a science fiction book. It says here it features digital utopia. When May Holland is hired to work for The Circle, the world's most powerful internet company, she feels she's been given the opportunity for a lifetime. What begins as a captivating story of one woman's ambition and idealism soon becomes a heart-racing novel of suspense, raising questions about memory, history, privacy, democracy, and the limits of human knowledge. So there. I also have The Surrogate by Louis Jensen. It's about, of course, a surrogate and a couple. I think this one is a domestic thriller. It says here, she can give you everything you want, but can you trust her? So this one has wear and tear, very visible at the edges because it has a black cover. So the next book that I was able to get is Only the Good Spy Young by Ali Carter. I'm trying to complete the series, and yeah. So this is part of one of my most favorite series of all time, Gallagher Girls. So there. I also bought Filthy Rich by Rain Miller. I remember I loved In Flight, I think was the series or the title of the book by Rain Miller. It's a new adult-ish, steamy, spicy romance, and so I'm wondering if I would enjoy this one. It's part of Blackstone Dynasty Book 1. And it says here, some dynasties hunger for power. This one hungers for love. Okay, so there. I'm hoping it would be a good one. And if it is, then I'll try to find the rest of the series. Or maybe read it on Kindle. If it's on Kindle Unlimited, I might have to revive my subscription. And I also have here Still Life by Louis Penny. It's another mystery book. It says here that it's I think this one is a detective-ish book, and it says here it's an award-winning novel, and it's a 21st century version of an Agatha Christie book according to Publishers Weekly. So yeah, okay. The next book that I have is The Patron Saint of Liars by Anne Patchett. My mom loved Bel Canto. I never got to read it before I sold it to someone. So here, I'll try to give myself a chance to read an Anne Patchett book. It says that it's beautifully written. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what it is, but I bought it again, which is kind of the theme of this video. And now we're down to the second to the last book. Okay, so this is the second to the last book. It's Easy by Tamara Weber. I read it when I was 15 or 16, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember I loved it. So, yeah, when I found a copy, there's just a part of me who wants to buy it, add it to my shelf. Maybe read it, maybe not, I don't know. But it was at the time when I was so addicted to the Slam series by Colleen Hoover. And it's one of those books as well that was around at that time. So yeah, let's see if like my younger tastes would follow my current tastes. And okay, so the last book I was able to get is Transcription by Kate Atkinson. It is a historical romance book set in the 1940s. We have 18-year-old Juliet Armstrong, an unlikely recruit into the world of espionage, and she is assigned to a department in MI5. So it's a work of extraordinary power, wit, and empathy. I really don't know what this is about. Maybe a literary fiction or something, but I don't know. That's all I can say. So these are all the books I was able to get from Chapters and Pages. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I was able to buy 24 books. I know. But yeah, I'm very, very excited because these titles are titles that, you know, I have been meaning to buy, and some of them are fairly new. Some of them are recently published, and I think that's the fun part of buying from thrift stores. And I guess it's going to be something that I will still be continually doing even though my shelf is overflowing, just because it's always so exciting to find some, you know, rare titles. And the best part is I don't have to do all the hunting myself. Everything's online. So if you're also interested, I'm linking down the Facebook page of Books by Chapters and Pages. And yeah, which of these titles have you read before? What are your thoughts about them? Which one do you think I should pick? Which one do you think I should, you know, pass on to someone else? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, see you guys next time, and may you always be in the mood for reading. Bye!